Hey everyone, Johnny here, and I played the demo for Octopath Zero. I was very excited for this because I kind of grew up playing a lot of turn-based games like Final Fantasy VII and these types of games, but actually recently haven't really played any classic JRPG, turn-based games, and really I haven't played any Octopath Traveler games. So I was really excited to jump into this, and hopefully this perspective will be useful to you. Someone who is not a fervent fan already of the game series. How fun is it, right, to jump in and experience that? So let's get into it today. The first thing, by the way, is it's a beautiful game, right? The presentation is absolutely stunning. And the way they mix 2D with some depth and, with the blur effect, it's so clever how they utilize that. With the lighting as well, the game is done in Unreal. And while it is kind of unreal, some of the stuff they can achieve with that. Now, what's cool is that some of the prior games already have this really high level of presentation. So one question that this may beg is, why should I play Zero as opposed to the prior games? If you're like me, you haven't played the older ones. What I ended up doing is actually I picked up Octopath Traveler 2 and I decided to jump into that first for several reasons we'll get into. But to go to the next point, which is the big difference this time, is that you have a single protagonist instead of the 8 different characters. And this is actually a massive difference. And I'm really on the fence about this one, guys, which is the reason I decided to go to Octopath Traveler 2 before actually committing to buying this new game. And I'll explain throughout the video why my decision there. But I really think the single character is maybe not a miss. It might be an interesting angle to explore. But to me, the multiple characters, the fleshed out characters that come with their own personalities are a more winning formula rather than this kind of empty husk of a character that you more so inhabit yourself. And this is a very classic and, well-proven formula where the main character doesn't have that much personality and you get to sort of step in and I guess project some of yourself into it. But in my opinion, in what I played in the demo, the customization doesn't really compensate for the lack of personality. So let me explain. You do get to customize your protagonist, right? You can give it some backgrounds, the appearance, whether you want male, female, this kind of stuff. But I don't feel like the customization is that deep personally. When, I'm coming from other games with really deep character creators, right? So what you have here is quite surface level. Unless later you get more options that I haven't seen. So that could kind of evolve in different ways. But from the get-go, there just aren't that many options that really justify the trade-off. And there's always a trade-off, right? We know that if the character is already fleshed out and created ahead of time, they're gonna have a much more prominent personality. And I particularly enjoy those more. There are other things like the fact that your character doesn't talk as much, right? It's more so, again, harkening back to the idea that it's you fly on the wall, experiencing all of this stuff. And as much as I've enjoyed that in the past, where I'm at right now, I'm more compelled by these fleshed out characters that already have their set personalities, that then kind of experience the story through their own lenses, and a little bit like books that have point of view characters, right? Or point of view chapters, where you kind of get to experience the story through their lenses. I'm right now enjoying that type of stuff a lot more. I mean, other small things are your name is never said, right? Because you name your character whatever you want, but that doesn't ever gets said because, well, obviously they can't, really pronounce every name out there. So they just skip it every time. And there was something in Octopath Traveler 2 as I started playing that was nice when your character got recognized and named often. I felt like it helped you bond with it a little bit more. So my opinion on that is that the single character, while an interesting angle to explore and something I will jump into, right now I feel like the multiple characters that come with their set personalities are a more interesting approach, in my opinion. So that's my opinion and the reason mainly why I decided to jump into Octopath Traveler 2 first and experience that. However, there's some cool new stuff in Zero that I think you might appreciate, like I do. Like the town stuff and interactions look great. And there is some stuff around building and kind of like customizing a town or a village, that type of stuff that I think is a great add to the game. I'm a sucker for that kind of stuff, so I'm excited to experience that. But from my standpoint, I'm gonna wait on some of the reviews from ACG or other people. Hopefully they cover the game. We get to learn more about how all these systems work together. And I'm gonna wait on that one. And for now, gonna be enjoying some Octopath Traveler 2 on my Steam Deck. And that's it from me. I hope you guys enjoyed today's little breakdown of the demo. And I'll see you on the next video. Take care, everyone.